everybody. It is the big one. It is Manchester City versus Liverpool match preview. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever the hell you are as well. Big thank you to my two fabulous guests, two of my favourite YouTubers, and I'm absolutely delighted to get them both onto this channel on a live stream. Michael Talks Football. How are you, Michael?
Good. How about yourself, dog? Nervous for Sunday,
I'm
but
good.
that's what we live for as football fans. Sunday's going to be a big one.
It is going to be a massive game, and one I'm definitely nervy for, and probably one of the best YouTubers around at the moment. Just hit 50k subscribers, Mr. Dominic Rich. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on. I woke up like an hour ago. I got up. I said, listen, man, I just bought a new scooter. I had to go test it out. So I got some breakfast, so I got some breakfast right here on the side. And, the scooter is good. And I'm here to talk football, City, Liverpool, the biggest game of the season so far, and it could potentially decide the title. And I'm not as nervous as you guys, just so you know. I'm confident that we could not lose, and continue this back and forth thing for the rest of the season. How you guys feeling today? Good?
Yeah, good mate. I've had a good morning. I saw my mum and dad this morning. I saw the two dogs as well. So yeah, I've just been kind of chilling out and looking forward to this preview. How about you, Mike?
All good. Next week is holiday. Off to America for 2.5 weeks. So
you
can
coming?
I'm coming to the States.
Here?
Yeah, I'm coming over there. I can finally catch Dom's late streams that start at 3:45 a.m. here.
What state? What state
Colorado.
you going to?
Going to Colorado.
Yeah, that's far from me, bro.
It is far.
We won't be able to see each other, bro.
No, we won't. Yeah. Unfortunately, maybe 2026.
Maybe if you were like in Jersey or Philadelphia or somewhere. Yeah, yep. But not Colorado. But that's like countries. That's like too far.
That's way too far. Yeah. All good here.
Sebastian's in the chat. He says, "Congrats on 50k, Dom." Yeah, I think all of us here, we say congratulations, 50k. We said you would get it eventually, Dominic. We said you would get it eventually this season. So very well done. And Jack Mack is in the building as well. Hello, Jack. Hope you are having a fantastic day as well. So my first question is: the winner of this game wins the title. Mike?
My answer to that is if City win the title, if City win this game, they win the title. I think if Liverpool win this game, I don't think the title's still over because it's only 2 points. If Liverpool slip up just once and City keep on winning, then City are back in the lead. So that's how I look at this question. I see everybody saying title decider. It's only a title decider for City because if they get the win, I don't see them slipping up twice. Let's just be real here. Once City smell blood, they're going to take it. So yeah, that's how I kind of look at this game. I feel like this is just a must-win for Liverpool. It's a must-win. I think for Manchester City, it's more of okay, if we draw this game, it ain't the worst thing in the world. But if we lose, then got to get a little bit nervous.
Dominic, what about you?
Yeah, I do agree. But the thing is, I think it's important that one of these teams win this game if they are really want to go on to win the title, because let's say Liverpool win the title. That's 2 points. That's a psychological advantage that Liverpool didn't have all 2022. Let's think about it. So with Liverpool being ahead by 2 points, the pressure now, it's according to how you look at it. You could say that Liverpool would be under pressure because they have that slim lead, or City would be under pressure to catch up. But I would rather be ahead by any points, even by goal difference. I want to be ahead. So with Liverpool winning, that would give them that impetus to keep winning. And it doesn't matter who they'll have. They'll know that it's a must-win game. And Liverpool have definitely shown us that they're capable of going on a long run. And a win would be big. Because 2 points, we know Man City drop points in against teams that, City are very unpredictable. I think Liverpool might be a little bit more predictable than Man City, because when I do predict Liverpool games, I'm pretty sure they're gonna win the games when I say they're gonna win the games. And when I say, nah, Liverpool are not winning this one, a lot of times that's how it happens, because I think for the West Ham game, I might have called it, and for the game against City, I called it again that they're not winning. And there's only been a few games. But I think if City wins this game, a 4-point lead, I think it might be a little bit too much at this point of the season. With only a handful of matches to go, with what, 6 games to go. I think 4 points, with Man City being in that position many, many times. And if you go back to the season where we won the title by 1 point, we got that experience as well. And Pep's been a serial winner all his career. So I think if City wins, that is it. If Liverpool wins, they do have a slight advantage, but not a guaranteed, title, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we've all summed that up very, very well there. Jack Max says, massive game. 2 teams playing at elite level. Going to be amazing. Hope it's not a dead rubber from both of them. Hope we hit them on the break. Watching City against Palace. City can get got at. Well, the fact that you have said that 2 teams are playing at elite level, I don't know if anybody know this, but this is a wee stat. These 2 are relentless. Since the start of the 2018-2019 season, Manchester City have taken 337 points. Liverpool have taken 336 points. So these 2 are just absolutely relentless. And obviously, the 2021 season, Liverpool were obviously defending the title. We finished 3rd in that season, and still, how to this day, I still don't know how we managed to finish 3rd that season. So the fact that these 2 have been going at it for a number of seasons, it just makes the making of a fantastic game. And I think the whole world will be watching this game, Michael.
Oh, 100%. It's the 2 best teams in the world, and they've been the 2 best teams in the world in since 2018. This is when we look back, when we go forward in 20 years' time, like 2040, and we look back at Premier League eras, this will be the City-Liverpool era, Pep versus Klopp. Okay, yes, maybe Pep will have more Premier League titles than Klopp at the end of this, but, when we look back, like early 2000s, Arsene Wenger, Man United, Chelsea, okay, 2010s, City start emerging, then you also obviously still have Sir Alex Ferguson in the vicinity. So, yeah. I think this is the highest quality match you will see in football nowadays. Yes, there's the World Cup and Champions League, but when these 2 teams meet with the pressure on, with all the star players on the field, this is when ballers are made. And you saw in the game earlier this season, Phil Foden stepping up with a beautiful goal. You look at Salah's beautiful goal, Salah's beautiful pass to Sadio Mane. So while I'm also nervous, I'm also excited because I know we're going to see a good game. This is not going to be some dead rubber 0-0, sort of stuff. I think, when was it, 17-18 season, I want to say, or 16-17 when it was 1-0 for Liverpool and Gini Wijnaldum got the goal. That was a little bit, I think, Klopp was a bit more hesitant in that game. But Sunday, let's rock and roll, as they say. It's going to be rock and roll football in a way.
Doug, I want to hear what you have to say about the question, though. What do you think?
It is for me the title decider. Obviously, I have put it in the chat. I think if City win, I think the thing is for me is if City do win, 4 points at this stage in the season is very, very difficult to get back at. If we win, then it makes it very, very interesting. But I do think that City have the favourable run-in to Liverpool's, because if you look at our run-in, we've got, I think, Manchester United, Everton, Newcastle,
Tottenham,
Southampton, and Wolves, I think, in there as well. I think City have somewhere got like Watford, Brighton, Leeds,
West Ham, Wolves,
Aston Villa, I think, as well.
Yeah, it's the last match day is Aston Villa.
Yeah, so I do think that this is the title decider. Jack Mack thinks he thinks that Liverpool and Man City are meeting in the Champions League. Just very, very quickly, obviously on the Champions League, Dominic. Well, first of all, thank you for beating Atletico, because they play the most Burnley-style football I think I've ever seen.
Well, Burnley a bit more attractive than Atletico Madrid these days, though. You know what I'm saying? Look at that game against Everton, man. You know what I mean? And like, but the thing is, I'm glad that Jack Mac actually mentioned that, because, guys, we might have to do another preview next week, because there's the FA Cup semifinal. I won't be available on Thursday, Friday, because I will be off now on Mondays and Tuesdays. But the Champions League ties, I think we should go on to win those and potentially meet in the final, because I am yet to actually talk the Bayern Villarreal thing. But not to go too off topic, but I think Villarreal might have poked the hornet's nest, just like Salzburg did. So it's not over yet with that one. But Real Madrid really embarrassed Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? So if Villarreal does go on to handle business, then Liverpool might be in the final. Not disrespecting Villarreal, not giving them a chance, but, come on, guys. You know what I mean? So Liverpool got a nice path to the final, and I think City should be able to handle Benzema, seeing that we did it before, right? Let's say we handle Benzema, right? It's a Liverpool City final in the Champions League. That's gonna be absolutely nuts when you think about it, right? And then you got the FA Cup game, the title race going on. It's it's just lovely, man. We're being treated.
I know. There is a potential of 3 more games between these two. It's quite incredible.
I'm tired of seeing City, man. I'm just tired of these guys. Every single season we battle it out with them. We need to get some revenge though for last season. What happened at Anfield? That was a massacre.
Yeah.
That was an absolute massacre.
And by the way, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but the last time Liverpool won at the Etihad was the 21st of November 2015. Jurgen Klopp's first
in the Premier
season
League
in charge. Yeah, in the Premier League.
In the Champions League.
That's a long time.
It was a 4-1 win, so yeah, it's been a long
Skirtle.
time.
That was awesome.
It's very unlikely. It means that if Liverpool managed to pull this off, they, and I said it while, in my preview with Kyle, and I said, if Liverpool managed to go on to win this title, I'll be disappointed that we didn't win it. But at the same time, you have to commend and congratulate what Liverpool would have then pulled off if they managed to win it. If that's what the future holds, then hell yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to Liverpool. You see what I mean? And I think if Liverpool do go on to win the title, that video that I make, it might be one of the most watched videos. You see what I'm saying? Because people would want to hear what one of the biggest City fans who does YouTube want to think. What I have to think about the such an achievement. But I'm hoping that I don't have to make that video. And the video that I'll be making is just a video that City won, and nobody's really gonna care about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that's the video that I make, though.
Yeah, big up to another fantastic YouTuber, Ankit of Almighty Blues FC. Go and check out Ankit. Very, very good guy. He just hit 2K as well. And Michael is closing in on 3K. I need to add that in as well. And I'm closing in on 1.8. So
there we go.
Get in there very slowly.
Look, let me tell you. You talk about that, and I think if we manage to do more of these, you guys could all start like picking up numbers. If we do these and you guys just take the clips and you put them out on your own channel, but we have to come up with interesting topics, then you have to put in the work. From someone who's been putting in the work for 5 years, you got to put in the work, and the volume is, I think, what does it for you when it comes to football, because it's so many games, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So many games, man.
Yeah. Jack, I will get back to that question very, very shortly, because we do have a lot to talk about as well. Manchester City season so far. Dominic, You are top of the league at the moment. What have you made of your season so far, considering that you did go out in the League Cup, which was a bit of a surprise to West Ham, but you are still in the Champions League, looking like you are going to get through to the semi-final. It's been a very good season so far for City.
Yeah, considering that we didn't sign a striker, it's a great season when you really think about it, because how many teams out there playing without a recognized striker? Not many. Maybe Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? That you could see how much they're suffering from not utilizing their main striker, because Havertz is not a striker by trade. You know what I mean? He could play the position. Yeah. So for Man City to actually be in the position that they're in, for West Ham in the Carabao Cup, you got to give them credit, man. West Ham has beaten everybody this season. Sevilla in the Europa League, a competition they own. They've beaten Man United. They've beaten Liverpool. They've beaten Chelsea as well. They've beaten Chelsea, right? Yeah, yep. I think so. They beat everybody. So to lose to West Ham is, there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that at all. In terms of the FA Cup, I think we've done well enough to get all the way to the semis. We will be facing Liverpool. That's going to be a very difficult game. Liverpool could come full strength because they could afford to rotate during the week, where they have that lead against Benfica. Not too much, though. Not too much. Because what I saw from Benfica in the second half there, you don't want to, lose the game 2-0. You don't want a whole Inter Milan situation happening again, because we know it's a possibility. So there's still a little pressure there, and there's still pressure on Manchester City there as well. So it's going to be a tough game on the weekend. I don't think any team is actually going to want to, lose that game. I don't know if Pep going to go in with Zach Steffen or Edison. So who knows, man? You guys might have the edge in this game. Let's see. But the FA Cup's good run. Champions League, what we come to expect from City over the last since Pep came in as well. We've done pretty okay in the Champions League, but we've been basically flopping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've been disappointing. We got all the way to the final. We lost. So we're on course to doing that again. And I think we could be lucky, second time lucky. For the league, I think we kind of messed up in a bit, because we were coasting at the beginning of the year. And it was a long way to go, but still with that advantage over 10 points. Considering Liverpool's games in hand, maybe about 6 to 7 points. But still, for it to drop to just 1 point is kind of like, God, how did we manage to get back in this situation? But I'm actually happy about that, because it gives us something to talk about right now. Because let me tell you, man, if we were 10 points ahead, might as well, why would we be doing this? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't make any sense. So I'm pretty happy with the season. A lot of guys step up. Phil Foden has emerged as a match winner. Sterling, we know, capable. De Bruyne, Mahrez, Bernardo, Gundogan, all these guys, Rodri, Cancelo. A lot of guys have really stepped up this season. Grealish, he's under the spotlight. Maybe next season will be his season.
Yeah.
And because next season someone else would come in and the shine, the spotlight, he won't be in the spotlight no more. So let's see. I've been pretty satisfied with the season so far. I'm just hoping it ends with at least 2 pieces of silverware. Whether we win the FA Cup and the league, or we win the Champions League and the FA Cup, at least, I would like to walk away with 2 trophies. You know what I'm saying? So just to touch on Jock Mac's question here, who's been City's unsung hero if you could pick one, Dom? Unsung hero. Well, in terms of an unsung hero, I would actually give that to a player like, it might not be the player you expect, but a player like John Stones, because at times he have slotted in at right back seamlessly. And when he's come in for Ruben Diaz, he's done a great job. And a lot of people don't realize the role that John Stones is playing. When he's on the bench, he's actually being an unsung hero as well by helping Emerick Laporte to stay happy and for him to remain at the club, so then we end up having all these quality defenders. Because I think when Laporte was making a bit of noise, Pep may have said, "Yo, Stones, you're English and all, you're part of this setup, you're gonna be all right. Let's just let him play, let the crybaby play. You know what I mean? You get your little run in." Let him play. You see, because that's what Laporte is. He switched from France to Spain because he's not playing. You could read Laporte there already. You know what I mean? So, that's just how I feel about the season. Don't want to be too much longer.
No, not a problem. Yeah, I think you're definitely in for Premier League, Champions League, and yeah, I do think that this is your best chance to win the Champions League this season. I think Pep's learned his lessons. I know it's too early to say that, but if you look at the game against Atletico Madrid, they had like 2 banks of 5 like across the defense, across the midfield. It was very, very difficult for them to get through Atletico, but they managed to finally get through. And I think going into the Wanda Metropolitano, I just think you'll have too much for them.
It's negative football, right? Negative football, anti-football. So when I say it was a big win, it was a big win. People don't even understand how massive a win is against Atleti in a cup game, right? In a high-stakes game, because they just defend for the whole game. So they want to finish the match 0-0 and then go home and possibly eke out a narrow win. That's how they play. Yeah. So that's a massive win, and a lot of people are downplaying the win. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? It's a huge win. Whether it's 1-0 or 5-0, that's against Atleti with Oblak in goal. That's a huge win, man. You see what I'm saying?
It is a huge win. Michael, Liverpool season, obviously we do have the League Cup as well, but I think the one thing that's changed for me this season is not the 20 different goal scorers. I think that's absolutely incredible, but the signing of Luis Diaz. I think we needed someone to come in, bolster that attack, and Luis Diaz has just slotted into place like he's been playing for Liverpool for a few seasons.
The guy's unbelievable. I don't. Thank you, Tottenham. Thank you, Spurs. You guys made us sign him earlier. I'm so happy. I mean, the thing with Luis Diaz is he's a player who takes on the defenders, right? He's not afraid of it. He's not afraid of losing the ball or anything like that. So that's why I love him. Maybe his link-up play could be a bit better. Maybe he dribbles a bit too much, but he has flair. He's aggressive with all his touches. He's aggressive on the ball. I absolutely love him. And obviously that assist and goal he had on, what was it, Tuesday against Benfica, against his old rivals, was even more spectacular in my opinion. So Luis Diaz is just, I knew he would fit into the system. I thought it would take him a little bit of time to get maybe used to the physicality, because obviously, there's a little bit of a physicality difference between the Portuguese league and the Premier League. But my God, I mean, I didn't think he was going to explode like this in the first couple of months, because he's been a star player for Colombia in the last couple of years, and he was fantastic with Porto. I mean, ask Dom. I mean, he's been a menace to Man City a couple of games in a row. So all I can say is thank you, Spurs, and he's going to be the long-term replacement for Sadio Mane. And now I think even Klopp, which we're probably going to discuss about the lineups, he's got a tough decision. What front three is going to go with? Oh. That's the big question for him. But maybe that's a headache that Klopp wanted. He finally now has options, whereas in the past we knew what the front three were: Firmino, Mane, Salah. Now he can throw a lot of different options, and with Luis Diaz, he can be a difference maker, just like Salah can, just like Mane can. We have more difference makers in this team, where before we had only 1 or 2. That's it.
Yeah, and Liz Golden is saying nice bucket hat.
Hey.
Most excellent bucket hat, I should say.
Also, it's reversible, so now I can make it like this. There we go.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, there we go. Matches your cream jersey.
Oh my gosh. that is bloody cool. That is.
Doug, what do you think about Luis Diaz? Do you think he's gonna only get better and better now that we signed him?
I absolutely love him already. I think the thing is with Mane, Jota, and Salah. Yes, I know Salah can score from many angles as well, but I think Diaz has got he goes for the spectacular a lot, and I do think that is something that might be a key factor as well, because I think we've obviously seen in sort of previous seasons that if well, obviously, I'm not comparing Ederson to Kepa or anything like that, but I think that Diaz doing this spectacular. I think that look, I think it's going to be a very very tight game. I have been saying this for a couple of days now. I do think it could be a tight game. Could be one that defenses mark the front three out for sure. But I just think Diaz, if he plays, I just think he's one that can go for the spectacular and maybe try and maybe score. But look at City, De Bruyne, absolutely just incredible. He scores from 30 plus yards every single time I watch him almost. But no, Liverpool and City for me have some very, very key match winners as well. And Michael, there's a very, very important question that Jack Mack has asked. How important do you feel Thiago will be Sunday? Love him so much, made up to see him fully fit.
Do you know this is going to be his first game ever against City? He's never played against City because he's never been healthy. Now he's healthy. Look at the difference he makes. I mean, the passing ability of this guy. I just love Thiago. As long as he can just stay healthy. That's been the biggest question mark of his Liverpool career. I'm sorry, the guy is made out of glass. Same as Naby Keita. But when he is healthy, we have a quality passer in the midfield who can get it from the defense to the attack in quick succession or find little pockets of space if a team is in a low block. That's the difference Thiago can make. He was the difference for Bayern for many years. Barcelona obviously came from Barcelona, and now he's at Liverpool. Finally, I don't know. Yeah. Is this the longest he's been healthy for? I have to be honest here. It must be, surely, because I don't know how many games in a row he's been playing, but yeah, he is a big difference maker for us. It's just also, we know it's going to be Fabinho, and it better be Thiago, and then the question is going to be who's going to be the third midfielder, but Thiago is a massive difference, and let's see how he can do against Rodri, who I think is also one of the best CDMs in the world, Bernardo Silva, and then we'll see what Pep does with the third midfielder. If it's going to be Gundogan or is it going to be KDB, that's going to be a question mark. But I think Thiago can do well in this game. This, like I said before, this game is made for ballers, and Thiago is a baller. So I think he's going to have a fantastic game, and I hope he does.
Yeah, Dominic
Yeah, I see the question. Yeah, who's my favorite player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right about now, it has to be Phil Foden, man. I just love his story, the way he was patient, at the age of 17. And, he just came through the ranks, and he didn't go out and try to go to the Bundesliga or wherever. He was patient, and it's paying off big time, man. He's one of the best players in the league right now. He's one of the best players at City. Look at that. It took Foden coming on to unlock Atleti's defense. So, and it was brilliantly done. Simple stuff, through ball, De Bruyne on the run. And the crazy thing is, to elaborate on what you guys were saying, both teams are like so good in all positions. But I think for Liverpool, the midfield just needs. I know Henderson is solid, Thiago is solid, Fabinho is very good. Yeah. But, I think Thiago's best days are past him, and Henderson has gotten better with time, and he's not these guys are stars, but these guys are not like a De Bruyne level. You see what I'm saying? And I think if you manage to have someone in the midfield, like you make a big midfield sign. Some people will be like, "Are you ridiculous?" It's Thiago, but Thiago, he hasn't really lived up to expectations, in my opinion. If you manage to have someone in the midfield, a marquee player, and I know it sounds ridiculous, right? But you guys should know what I'm trying to say. If you manage to have that creative player, that player who just could give you goals, could give you assists, like a Kevin De Bruyne, like a Bruno Fernandes type player, these type of players, you see what I mean? It would be so difficult to beat Liverpool. It's already so difficult to beat you. So to have a player like that in the midfield, it would be like, but when you look at all the other positions, left back, right back. Look, Trent is a very good right back. I'm not saying he's not a good, but he just does not know how to defend. And people keep saying, oh, he does. Look at the stats, look at the interceptions, look at this. Yeah. That's when you go deeper, but if you really analyze the way Liverpool concede a lot of their goals, it's down is Liverpool do not even concede a lot of goals, but whenever they do, it's down that line, it's down that side of the field. It's because of the high line that Liverpool keep. It might be an odd mistake in there by Alisson, so it's still Liverpool is still very, very, very good comparing to a lot of other teams. When you go man for man, both teams are very, very, very damn good, man. And that is the reason why we find ourselves in this position right now.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
the only team that has been given City competition is Liverpool. You talked about the stat, 336, 35 points apiece. The next team is Chelsea with 269 or something. And Arsenal with 100 points less than City and Liverpool. So you could see the gap. United's not even in the question. You could see the gap here. These teams are leaders right now in the Premier League right now, and it's gonna be very hard to stop them because look, we know City are gonna improve this summer. It's up to Liverpool to improve as well, because if Liverpool does not, let's say, all right, we bought Luis Diaz, that was our summer signing, they're gonna bring in Fabio Carvalho, of course. I'm been seeing things going around with him. Haven't made a video yet. If Liverpool think he's the only player they're going to bring in and it's going to be all right, that's going to be a big mistake. That is going to be a big mistake. I think you guys have to go for a big midfielder. You guys have to go for a midfielder and maybe get rid of, let's say you get rid of Ox or Divock Origi. These guys are going. Let's say Fabio Carvalho is Divock Origi's replacement. Oxlade-Chamberlain, let's say, move on to Crystal Palace or one of them teams. You got to bring in somebody. You can't say, let's just bring in a Tyler Martin, and that's good. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because how Man City has been one-up in Liverpool is, okay, you don't want to bring in anybody? We're going to bring in Erling Haaland or Darwin Nunez. You see what I'm saying? Okay, now talk to me now. Or left back or another DM. So, I think the key is just to keep improving on this very good team, and it would be a long battle for the seasons to come. I hope Pep and Klopp stay on like a Wenger and an Arsene Wenger and a Sir Alex Ferguson. That'd be awesome, though. Yeah. Because guess what? Where else are you gonna go for what?
Oh, actually, Dom, did you see the rumors that Brazil are going to go after Pep Guardiola? Did you see those rumors?
See that.
Look,
that's not going to happen.
No, but I'm just saying, if that's the case, and I'm Pep, bye City, hello Brazil, because look.
You think he would go to international football now in his career?
But I'm just saying, if Brazil comes calling with that team, I'm going.
That's true. That's true.
Then I have a chance to win a World Cup. Yep. You see what I'm saying?
He's completed everything, man. He's completed everything.
So exactly. I'll take it, man.
Yeah, Nippin's asked a very good question. What would be your ideal summer transfer targets? Mike, I think for me, Jude Bellingham.
We're not going to get him.
No.
We're not going to get him. No.
Definitely not.
Do you think Liverpool are going to spend 80 million on one player in the summer? Heck no. We don't do that. We don't do it. So
No.
I would love Jude Bellingham, but it's not realistic. If that happens, okay, we getting serious then, but let's be real. We're not going to get Jude Bellingham. As much as I would love him, it's not going to happen. So I think Dom did put it rightly that we need to go for a midfielder. I think it's vital. Ox, all right, his attitude is horrible nowadays. I'm sorry. He's not mentally with the team anymore, so he can go. Origi's going to leave on a free, so big up Origi. Will always be a cult hero. And I feel like another midfielder is going to go. I just don't know who that is. Maybe Minamino will also go. So, yeah, I don't know who the ideal replacement would be at this time. Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know who would come. I mean, Fabio Carvalho. Yeah,
they're out there, man. They're out there, bro. You just got to go and get them because guess what? Look at what Tottenham did. Tottenham went to Juventus and say, Kulusevski, Bentancur, I need y'all come. They went. You see what I'm saying? And they've been performing well. So you just have to identify the players that you want and go and get those players.
Exactly.
A player, I think, could be ideal for Liverpool. Look, don't make me have to do y'all jobs for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me have to do the scouting. But Pedro Gonçalves, a Sporting, could be an ideal signing.
But he's more of a winger, Dom. That's the problem. He's more of a winger.
Don't he play more central, though?
He plays like a false nine for a Sporting, or he plays out on the wing. So he's not really a midfielder. That's the problem.
But get him still.
Yeah, I mean, I would take him still, but he's not really the caliber of a midfielder I think we need. We need like a sort of Genie Wijnaldum who's box to box. I think we need that sort of midfielder in the summer, but yeah.
Get him still.
Yeah, exactly.
Be part of the team. You see what I mean? Well, you know, so...
Andrew, I don't think we're going to get Tony Kroos.
Why would we get him?
I don't think we're getting Tony Kroos.
No.
Okay, before we do move on, Bowen... I actually think the Bowen signing could be a quality signing. But the thing with Bowen, he does play more of a number 9 or as a midfielder. And you guys have Firmino who could do that already. Yeah. But get him. You see what I'm saying? And that's the attitude you got to have, because City does not think like that. Man City's like, oh, we have Grealish, Mahrez, Bernardo. We got Sterling. We got Foden. Who cares? Get them all. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get them all, man. When you're playing Pokemon, what do you want to do? Catch one? You got to catch them all.
Catch them all.
You see what I'm
Gotta
saying?
catch them all.
Bring them all in. And that is how you with the culture of the team, you know, you make a very, very good squad that could rival Man City. That's the thing. Liverpool already have a very, very good squad. If you take City out of the equation, Liverpool wins the league maybe every season. Well, you know, Chelsea might give a little, you know what I mean, competition sometimes. Yeah. Man United as well, because Liverpool have finished behind United a couple times. So, but that's because you weren't spending. You were being kind of, you know,
Moneyball
stingy
style.
With the money. Very stingy. Listen, you got to spend the money, man. Definitely got to spend the money.
Absolutely. I will speak to you, Mike, about this one because it does look like we are getting another Portuguese player in Fabio Carvalho. Now, we did miss him. We did miss out on him in the January transfer window, I think by just a couple of hours, I think it was anyway. How pleased are you that it looks like we're getting our man now?
He looks like a quality player. Obviously, I'm going to be honest here. I haven't seen much of him play. I've just seen highlights, but he looks like a quality player. 19 years old, so he's one for the future. I just got to develop him well, and I'm pretty sure Klopp will make him into a great player. Let's not kid ourselves. If Klopp gets a gem, he'll make him into a star boy. So that's what he's going to do with Carvalho. So, I mean, look, I can't talk about him too much because I haven't seen him play. Clearly, he's more of a cam role, which I think could fit well next to Fabinho and Thiago for the future. And I think we need that sort of midfielder. I mean, we've tried Naby Keita, but Naby has good parts, and then he'll have a bad patch. Like Tuesday, he was excellent. I thought he was our man of the match against Benfica.
Was great. He was.
I thought he was fantastic. But you're not going to get that sort of Naby Keita every single game. And, well, obviously, you can't get like a star performance like that, an 8.5 out of 10. Just give me a 7. But sometimes Naby just... Like against Atletico, for example, right? He scored the goal, but other than that, he was horrendous, in my opinion. But I just feel like it's just another squad player, and he's one for the future, Fabio Carvalho.
Well, Mike, I have seen this player. Not a lot, but I've seen him. I've seen him against City in the was that the FA Cup?
Yep.
And he looked good. Do you know when else I saw him? At the back end of the season, was it last season when Fulham was already like relegated? He did get a couple opportunities and he scored a goal. And this kid is good, bro. This kid is good. And he's just frustrated with Fulham that he wasn't really getting the opportunity. And I think it's not until he actually, you know, was threatening Fulham about leaving and everything that he started getting the opportunities. He's played 29 times this season, 7 goals, 7 assists, and not to put in and go deeper into the goals that he was involved in terms of build-up and everything and all of that. So Fulham are coming back to the Premier League. We know this. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And he could have, well, whenever they bring Mitrovic, he never plays. Why don't Fulham say, hey, we come up with Mitrovic. He's the reason why we come up. Why not play him in the league? Why are we going to come up and not play? It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It's happened for 2 seasons now. Where Mitrovic, or maybe more, he came up with Fulham and never get the opportunity. It's dumb, man. You know what I mean? It's
I
really
mean,
dumb. But
I was thinking of a good sort of. I was trying to think of a good comparison, but for me, Mitrovic is like a Championship Holland, scoring for fun. But when it comes to the Premier League, he's like a Sadio Berahino. Like doesn't score many goals, and that's the
Sebastian
thing.
Haller.
Sebastian Haller, yeah. I don't know why I got Sadio Berahino in my head, but
because no, that was a good one though. Because
that was a good one, yeah.
Berahino was on fire one time. What was for West Brom?
Yeah,
and then he just couldn't score anymore. So
what do you make of the signing, Doug?
It's all in the head, man.
Yeah, Fabio Carvalho, I think it's a great signing, and it adds a lot more youth to our squad as well. But that's not the only player that we can speak about, because Man City will be getting a nice wee Argentine coming into their team. Julian Alvarez. I must admit, I haven't watched a lot of River Plate, but I have seen a lot of YouTube. This guy looks like a young Sergio Aguero.
Well, look. This is a big deal. He's 22 years old and plays for River Plate, of course. I have not seen a lot of him simply because I do not watch the Argentine League. I do have access to the Argentine League. But the fact that this dude is playing for Argentina with Messi and Di Maria and De Paul and the Correas and all of these, that's a clear indication that he's very, very good. Because I think Messi has to like approve to be like, yeah, you gotta play, you know. And for Messi to say, yeah, you're the real deal. He won the Copa America with Argentina, by the way, and in the last international break, he did score. So, and if you check the stats in the Argentine league right now, 7 matches, 4 goals, and 1 assist. That's crazy if you ask me. I think this is a big signing. This might catch a lot of people by surprise. I'm hoping that it's not another Ferran Torres type signing where he comes for one in a little season and then he gets lured by Barcelona, because Barcelona very, very attractive team right now with their rebuild and everything. But I'm hoping he comes to Man City and he could be like that Sergio Aguero regen, you know, for those of you guys who play career mode. Guys, in 2021, the man played 21 matches in Argentina in the league and scored 18 goals. You see what I'm saying? So it's ridiculous. He you know, so to add him to the team and potentially an Erling Haaland, I just have a feeling City's gonna buy Darwin Núñez. It's just something in me that thinks that we're gonna go in for Núñez. I don't know why, but I could just see it happening.
He's a very good striker.
Yeah,
Julian Alvarez, he's a very good striker, by the way. I've seen him play a couple times. Oh my God. Because the thing is, he's not really like a prototypical striker where he's just a big body, holds it up and stuff like that. His movement off the ball is excellent. His link-up play is excellent. He's just a City player. He's a Pep sort of player where he can pass it, good shooting, can shoot on both feet. He was excellent last year for River Plate and winning them the Argentinian league. I think City got a steal here with this player. 20 million? I think that's a bargain.
Too. Yeah, exactly.
20 million,
bargain. I think it's mental.
But look, obviously,
there shouldn't be huge expectations for the first season, by the way, for him.
Yeah. If Alvarez does come in, does anybody leave? That's the thing, because when you think, I think Alvarez would be the replacement for Ferran Torres when you think about it, because if Ferran did not leave, guys, think about it. We would have had Jesus, Sterling, Ferran, Grealish, Foden, Bernardo. That's 6 players. Mahrez, 7 players. You know, 7. You know, I'm seeing people on YouTube talking about Liverpool best attacking. This is, you could literally play anybody, and the team does not really lose that strength when you think about it.
Yeah.
Just put out Pep could put out any front 3. He gotta of course you can't do it against every team, but still, you see what I mean? The wealth of riches up top. So I think maybe someone might leave in the summer. Who knows? I don't know. Let's see. But City's bringing in Alvarez. What if Alvarez is the only signing as a striker? Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, you
That
know.
is very true. That is very true. But no, I think like Liverpool and City have got two fantastic players joining them. We must speak about the last game between the sides, because it was quite an impressive game in the end. It finished 2-2. But as a Man City fan, Dominic, do you feel that you guys should have won that game? Because in the first half, you absolutely destroyed us.
Yeah, in the first half, but at the end of it, when you really look at it, Liverpool should have won because of the opportunity that Fabinho had at the end there. And I think that was Rodri with the block. If it wasn't Fabinho, he played around too much on the ball. He was supposed to just smash that straight in, and he didn't. If that ball had fell to a Salah, it's over. But you got to commend Liverpool for getting back in the game, because I'm telling you, we were all over Liverpool for this game. And I'm actually quite disappointed that we didn't do a lot better in the first half. You see what I'm saying? And allow Liverpool to get back in the game to a position where they could have potentially won the match. So that's a bit of a disappointment for me in that. But it was a relief at the end of it all to end up with the draw. You see what I'm saying? And then you know, Phil Foden, big game player again. You know, Kevin De Bruyne as well, and Sadio Mane scored in that game. So it's on, man. It is on. Jack Grealish actually started that game. I don't know if Pep would want to do that again. You see what I mean?
He didn't start against Atletico, did he?
He didn't.
So he might play this weekend. So that's what I'm thinking.
He didn't. But
you know Pep, Dom, he's going to rotate.
Yeah. But
he's always thinking about the next game and the next game.
Yeah, I don't. Who did Mahrez start against Atleti? Yeah, I think Mahrez did, right? Yeah, Mahrez did. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't want Grealish to start. I really don't want him to start. I want Pep to go in with a more, you know, I want Sterling to start because he's been better against Liverpool lately. I'll go in with the front three of Sterling, Phil Foden, and Mahrez. That's who I'll go in with. You will have weapons like Bernardo. I'll actually play Bernardo in the midfield, along with De Bruyne and Rodri. I'll keep Gundogan on the bench for this one. Bring him on.
Very attacking lineup.
Bring him on. Yeah, I want to go attacking because you have to hit Liverpool early. You gotta take advantage of the game early. You don't want to have to play catch up like we had to do in the last game, and it was very, very frustrating. We had to come from behind twice.
Yep.
Imagine watching a game that you have to play against Liverpool and come from behind twice. It's like, God, nerve-wracking, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but the game earlier this season, I think we got luck. I think we kind of got lucky as well because Milner should have been sent off. I don't know how he was sent off, but obviously, that's ifs and buts. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But look, that game was entertaining in the second half. That was proper football. I mean, the first half, I don't know what Liverpool were doing. We just didn't get off the bus. But then the second half, we got off the bus and started playing some football, and it was a joy to watch, but also very nerve-wracking at the same time. But
another thing, what we have to mention about that last game as we transition and maybe look to land the plane and talk about the upcoming game a lot more. Trent didn't play the first game.
Yeah, it was Milner.
No, he didn't. He was injured, I think.
Yeah, he was.
So the fact that he's going to feature in this game could add another dimension to Liverpool's attack going forward and their distribution and delivery and everything. And also, on the flip side, it could add a bit more frailty in the defense because, to be honest, Milner played a very mature role in that game where a couple tactical fouls, two of them, he should have got sent off. The first one, he got a yellow. The second one, he didn't. And with Trent, does he have that maturity? Is he going to be up for the challenge here against Man City? You see what I'm saying? This is the real test. If Trent does not perform well in this game, I don't want to hear no Liverpool fans come talk to me about and defend Trent Alexander-Arnold when I'm ripping him a new one. I really don't want to hear it. He has to step up and play a proper defensive game. along with his offensive game. You see what I'm saying?
Well, his offensive game will be there. Don't
Yeah,
worry about that.
No,
that
no
will be there.
denying.
But obviously, the defense, that's the key issue for him. But luckily, I think with Matip next to him, that's going to be giving him a lot of experience. And I think Fabinho is going to have to be key.
I must say though, if we are talking about obviously like best fullbacks in the league, Cancelo is right up there. I honestly have to say, from watching Man City this season, Cancelo has always been that one that always seems to find the pass, always seems to find the ball. But I can't remember who it was against, but there was one game where he passed it outside of his foot, and I think it was Jesus or Sterling scored. Yeah. I can't remember what game it was, but that just gets in the back of my mind. So Cancelo is a very, very good player on his day, and I feel he is probably the best fullback in the league, in my opinion. I don't know if you two would agree with me, but I honestly think
I definitely agree because of his not his output. People might say, people might look at goals and assists, but just the way he controls the game and pull the strings, and his passing ability, his defensive side of his game as well, is definitely very. I don't know. I'm still trying to understand how Juventus let this player go for Danilo. that
might be a crime, man.
I think City might have had Michael Edwards help in this one because only Michael Edwards probably could pull off something like this because that was a steal. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That was a steal. You know what Juventus did? They said, it's the Syria. We'll do it with Danilo. It's fine. It's the same thing that they did with Bentancur and Kulusevski. They just, it's a game for them, but it's a losing game they're playing right now. So, and the fact that, look, people talk, Trent, people might say Trent is the best fullback in the league, right? Play Trent at left back. Let's play him at left back. And let's see what you got. Let's play him at left back. Cancelo plays at right back, left back, and throughout the game, he probably just in the midfield the entire game. So you got to give him the credit, man. And, he's Portuguese.
Because there was that game. Was it the 1-1? Was it the 1-1 last season where basically, I remember Zinchenko was injured. We won't mention the other player because we all know who that is. Both of them were injured, and Cancelo actually had a very, very good job against Mohamed Salah, in that game. So that's then we knew that Cancelo could play on the right, he could play on the left as well. So, but in that game against Liverpool at Anfield, yes, I know Salah managed to get past him, and like that. We have to say that's probably the goal of the season, unless anybody wants to say otherwise. But that was a very, very good goal. And then you go the other end. Foden's a big game player, and Foden is going to be so important in this game as well. Loves a goal against Liverpool. De Bruyne loves a goal against Liverpool. So I think team selections could be very, very interesting. But we will get into team selections because. We did speak about just recently, Dominic, but what would your starting 11 be?
Well, I don't know if this is going to differ from the one I said in my preview because I didn't write it down. But I'll go for Stones and Laporte at the back, simply because Diaz is not 100%. Edison in goal, of course. Kyle Walker at right back and João Cancelo at left back. I'll go in with Rodri in the middle, pivot, because Fernandinho has not been playing a lot of games. But I won't even be surprised if Pep call out for Fernandinho and say, hey, man, get in there and do your thing, bro. I won't be surprised if that happens. But I think Rodri has been a bit more mobile this season. Yeah. And he's definitely playing a lot better, man. Doesn't get the credit. Sometimes I'm watching and I'm like, I'm getting mixed up with Cancelo and Rodri because of the movement and the I'm like that's Rodri. So I'll go with Rodri. I'll play Bernardo in the middle, along with Kevin De Bruyne for the creativity. And on the wings, I'm going with Sterling. I want Sterling to take the game to Trent, take the game to Liverpool's defense. I'll go with Foden through the middle as the false nine, and Mahrez over on the right hand side for his skillfulness and his distribution and just his touch and everything. You know, if we get a penalty, you'll need Mahrez as well. So
yeah,
that'll be my ideal 11. But with Pep, he has so many players at his disposal: Grealish, Jesus, Gundogan. You know, these guys could all feature as well.
Do you think he's going to think about Atletico as well? Because obviously that game is coming up on Wednesday. I think he might have a little bit of thought about that.
No, I say
he's just going to go all. He's going to put the chips all into this game.
I say you deal with what's at hand right now. We'll deal with Wednesday when Wednesday comes. You see what I'm saying? Because with the advantage and with the depth of the squad, that is why you have a deep squad, so you could afford to do things like that. It's not like you're like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta watch. We gotta be very careful, like with Salah and with Mane. You can't really overexert both of them. City could afford to, let's say, not play Mahrez and not play Sterling and still be able to really take the game to players, or vice versa with Grealish and Bernardo or Foden. So I think it's a difference right now. That's why Jota and Luis Diaz has to step up, and they have been playing well. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they have not done it for a very long time. You see what I'm saying? They're fresh. Yeah. They're still pretty fresh, and I think you take Mane and Salah out of this Liverpool team, the fear factor goes away big time. You see what I'm saying? I think you take these guys. I think something happened to Mane or Salah. Right now, Liverpool, I'm not saying that they won't pick up good results still, but the fans would be sweating. Klopp would be sweating and be hoping that, all right, the replacements.
But Dom, they were gone during the AFCON and we were still winning games.
I'm just saying. I never, note I said, not for the results, just from the whole feel. The whole feel within the squad. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is what these guys do to a team. They give them that confidence. If you understand what I'm saying.
Hello, the Lego dude. Hello, the Lego dude. That's a very, very nice name. Is that Mikey? We're going to say something.
I was just going to say that, I think Foden is definitely the player that I'm most worried about when it comes to City. The guy's a baller. I don't like a lot of English players because I feel like they overhype them. But when it comes to Foden, you can overhype him. I think he's going to be a star.
He's fantastic.
He's just a star. And this is the problem.
He really is.
This is the problem with Liverpool when it comes to games this season. We have struggled against teams that play a false nine. Look at Brighton. They play a false nine sort of role. Graham Potter just mixed up players, and their movement on the front three was excellent. City as well. So if Foden plays, then you could just see Modest maybe go in the middle. You could see Foden play wherever he wants. You could see Sterling go on the right wing down the middle. I think that sort of attack really troubles this Liverpool defense, especially.
Yeah. So we will speak about Liverpool's starting 11. This is what I would go with. So Mike, I don't know if you will agree with me or not. So Alisson Becker, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, Mane, Salah, Firmino.
Oh, you're going to run it back. The OG3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we'll need Firmino's creativity in this game.
Yeah. See, this is why I'm thinking. I don't think he's going to start Diaz because he played a full 90 against Benfica.
Yeah.
So I think that's why. Well. I don't think Jota, because Jota's link-up play, as we know, is non-existent at the moment. It's non-existent. Let's be real here. So I think it might have to be Firmino. We're going to have to go with the OG3 one more time and see if it works for us, because that front three has caused City a lot of trouble. And I think especially with Firmino dropping a little bit deeper and being a little bit of a creator. And then we got it. Salah's got to step up, man. He's been terrible. Not terrible, but just so underwhelming since the AFCON.
I was going to ask you, actually, is Salah's form a bit of a worry going into this game?
It's not a worry, but there is something up with him. I don't know if it's a physical thing or it's a mental thing, because let's be honest, when you're the captain of Egypt and you've lost an AFCON final, you went through 4 extra times during that AFCON tournament and you just grinded and tried to get the result. and then you go in the World Cup qualifiers as well. You lose on penalties. You miss a penalty. I think it's a mental thing and a physical thing for him at the moment. But he's got to still play. There's no point in sitting him and benching him, in my opinion. You have to just keep on playing with him. And this is what the best players in the world, yes, they're going to have a little bit of a rough patch. But once they get past that rough patch, they're going to get back to their elite. So I think just keep on playing Salah. Yes, it's just something's up with him, but just keep on playing him. And I think that's the best thing. But yeah, I really don't know what the front three is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if it is Diaz, Mane, Salah. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm just thinking that Diaz playing the full 90, he will not start.
You guys sound like you have a problem on your hands.
Your
good
Klopp
problem,
has a
though.
problem on his hands.
You guys sound like you have a problem, man.
We have a good problem, Dom.
You guys have a Salah problem.
No. We're still winning. If we weren't winning and Salah was playing horrible, then I would be like, hey, okay, we got to change something up. But we're winning, so there's nothing to worry about at the moment.
Let me tell you what I don't like, right? Let me tell you something what I don't like. You see, football fans like Sebastian and some other people who are just so one-sided and biased and does not give credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you want your team to go to the Etihad and win. I know you want your team to win things. But at least be balanced, be fair. Look at things from the other's angle. Because if Liverpool go to the Etihad and they get beaten badly, how are you going to look? You see what I'm saying? So you got to be objective in a way, and you know that there's a possibility that you can lose, but also be confident that you can win. But but say that. You see what I'm saying? Say that. Not just say, people downplay the City versus Atletico game because we won a goal to nil. That's a big win. I don't care what nobody want to say. That's a huge win. And, you come to the Liverpool game, there's no other result that's going to happen but a Liverpool smashing City at the Etihad. It could happen. When it happens, then let's talk about it. You see what I'm saying? But don't try to say, don't try to act like Man City are not the current holders of the Premier League. Don't try to act like City did not win how many? 3 of the last 4 league titles and are in front to win a 4th out of. Let's not pretend. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's not pretend. People need to give Man City the credit and stop putting but this, but that, because slowly but surely we're seeing the emergence of more and more clubs that's getting taken over, and the narrative is not the same. You see, I don't feel the same energy with a Newcastle. I don't feel the same energy now with a Chelsea. You see what I'm saying? They're going to get a new owner. It doesn't matter who owns the club. You see what I mean? It's a new owner. I don't see the same energy. There always has to be some type of undermining in there. Like, it needs to stop. We got to understand we live in a day and age where it's all about money. It's all about these high rollers buying up these teams and, having fun and investing and making money and all of that. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Liverpool are owned by FSG. So it's all the clubs, Man United, Arsenal, all the clubs are owned by these Americans and these Saudis and everything. It's all the same. Look at the Super League. All these teams got involved. They're all the same, bro. The only difference about these teams, is the history and the fans. That's the only difference. Apart from that, pretty much the same model. When you really think about it, the players, they will go to play for all these teams without blinking, with the exception of a few players. So, what I mean? I just wanted to address that, get some things off my chest.
Yeah, you got to say something, Dom.
Of course, you have to.
We'll look back in 10, 20 years' time, and we'll look back at this period with joy from both teams. Absolutely, and we will look at that. We will look at this period in time to say that Liverpool and Manchester City were the 2 teams that have actually kept. Liverpool are the actual team that have actually kept us from being a one-team league.
A farmers league.
Michael and I, we've both said it, and you said it a lot as well. And I have to say that both Manchester City and Liverpool are 2 fantastic footballing sides, and I think the thing is as well, the whole world will be watching this game by on Sunday. You betcha. I mean, Sunday's already good anyway. You've got like the F1 in the morning in Australia. You've got the Masters golf. You've also got obviously Norwich Burnley is the undercard to Manchester City Liverpool. It quite clearly is. Yes, I know it is as big as a relegation 6-pointer. But when you look at when you look at Manchester City against Liverpool, this is the biggest game. I would probably argue it's the biggest game of the decade. That's how big this game is. This is the biggest Manchester City Liverpool that I could even remember. So lots of people will be watching this anyway, but we are going to have to land the plane at some point. So match prediction, Dominic, what are you going to go for?
You're muted.
I'm gonna go for a draw. This time I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a draw for this one. Again, both teams won't be able to separate themselves, and it might be another 2-2 draw or a 0-0 draw or 1-1 draw. But I'm gonna go for a draw here. I don't think we will lose the game. The only team that might lose on the day might be Liverpool. Let me just add that one in. Let me just add a little asterisk and put that one down at the bottom. Like on Wikipedia or anything, So the only team that I think are gonna listen, do not clip this when we lose, okay? Just want to put that out there. When we lose, don't clip this and put it out on Twitter or nothing. But
okay, all right.
But I'm confident of not losing in this game, though. Let me just say that.
But why are you so confident, Dom? Is it because you have been so dominant over Liverpool at home in the last couple of seasons, or what?
No, we're playing good football. We're playing good still. We're playing some good football, you know what I mean? And I think we'll do we get the job done. We're at home. We'll get it done. You're clicked right now. We'll at least not lose. You understand? And I'm being completely honest here. I'm not saying, we're gonna smash you, that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we won't lose, but I think the probability of City winning might be a little higher than Liverpool winning. I don't know what the win probability is looking like. Let me just check a win probability really quick and see what it's looking like for us on Sunday. And we got a 47% win probability. Liverpool with a 27% and a 26% draw. I'm going to be in the 26% percentile right now. But I'm leaning more towards the majority percentile of City not losing, 73%.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And I expect a good game though. I want to go out there. I want us to have a good game, whether it's a great draw. Whoever wins it, I want us to go out there and have a really, really, really good draw. Really, really good game.
Yeah. Mike, what's your prediction?
Look, Doug, what do you think? Do you think Liverpool have been playing well in the last month or so? Do you think we've been actually playing well?
We haven't been blowing teams away, so probably no.
Because to me, I don't think we've been playing that well. I think we've just been going through the motions. We're like a robot. We're just going do. We're getting the win. Look, we've kept so many clean sheets. We've only conceded 2 goals in the last 10 games. Think about that. 2 goals in the last 10 games we've only conceded. I don't think we're playing very fluid football. I don't think our front three is really connecting that well. I'm just hoping they're saving it for this game. I'm hoping they're saving it for now since the international break. Maybe that win over Benfica where the front three were much, much better will give them a lot of confidence. I'm not confident. I don't think we're going to win this game, to be honest, because let's be real. We haven't performed well at the Etihad for many, many years. Obviously, we've gotten some draws. Okay, we got smashed when we were drunk off winning the championship, but we got to perform. Well, we were drunk. Come on, dog. We lost 4-0.
I think if teams take their opportunities, Liverpool give opportunities, man.
But so did City, Dom. Look at Spurs.
Yeah, but it's not the opportunities. Like the Benfica game, they had opportunities. They had some good opportunities to maybe get back into that game before you guys scored a third. You see what I'm saying? And when you look at all the other games, man, there's been opportunities. Teams are not taking their opportunities. They're not clinical enough. You see what I mean? And
This is true.
Liverpool,
This is true. But you know what? We have probably the best arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the world who can actually save us in games. Let's be real. Alisson has been
probably the best one-on-one keeper I can remember.
I mean,
Liverpool
he's been saving us for a couple of games. I have to be real here. I think he's been saving us.
Yeah.
Like over the weekend against Watford, he saves against Kuchka. What do? We go up to the other field and score.
exactly.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do the same thing again this weekend.
That is what I'm talking about. If teams take their opportunities, then we have a different game here. You know, if Man City take their opportunities against Liverpool, there's no way you're getting anything out of this game. You see what I'm saying? And there will be opportunities. There will
City
be
haven't
opportunities.
been blowing out teams recently either, so they haven't been taking their chances.
But I'm saying that's what teams are guilty of doing. Not taking their chances, not taking their opportunities. And it's imperative that we do, because this is a huge game. So
I think we have to get in the lead in this game as well. I think it's very imperative that we must take the lead. If we don't, it might get a little bit, because then it would be a similar situation to 17-18 Champions League. We went 1-0 down. Okay, we got a little bit lucky in the Champions League game. Let's be real here. I think we dodged a couple bullets, and then we came back in the second half because City were pushing for a goal. I think it's going to be 1-1 or 2-2. I just don't see us winning. I just think both teams just cancel each other out. That's how good they are. So I think it's going to be a draw.
Believe it or not, I've had 2-2 in my head all week, and I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go 2-2. I think this is the game. Look, if you'd asked me before the start of this game, would I have taken a draw? Absolutely. It keeps it balanced. It keeps it on a knife edge almost. But this won't be the only points Liverpool and City don't drop. Like I don't expect Liverpool and City to go on a major run from now until the end of the season. I do think there will be more twists and turns before the end of the season. We've got Man United coming up. We've got Everton coming up. I think Newcastle away won't be easy. Tottenham coming to Anfield very shortly as well. That's not easy. Southampton away, we've slipped up there in the past. Man City haven't beaten Southampton this season. There's going to be loads and loads of twists and turns before now until the end of the season. I would have to say. And then when you look at City, yes, I know they've got to go Leeds. Leeds have kind of been a little bit better. Wolves, Liverpool only won 1-0 there, thanks to big Divock as well. So what I am saying is, I don't think a draw is the worst result. If we lose, then I think you can kind of categorically say it's going to be so difficult for us to get back in front of City. But if we win, it puts a marker down, and it makes it very, very interesting as well. Look, these two have been absolutely amazing this season, and the fact that there's still a title race in it is absolutely amazing. It really, really is. But no, I'm really looking forward to the game on Sunday. I think my nerves will be a bit shot by about 3:30. I'm not gonna lie. I think I will probably watch Burnley Norwich just to give my nerves aside as well. But I just want to say a massive thank you. I am sorry that I haven't got to around many people's comments, but this has been a fantastic preview, and it's fantastic to get Michael Talks Football and Mr. Dominic Rich on as well. Michael, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, I just want to say a couple of things before I say my socials and stuff. That people can criticize City's, atmosphere and stuff like that. The atmosphere on Sunday will be rocking. Let's be real. It's going to be absolutely rocking. You can criticize it all you want. Yes, you can call it empty ad and all these cliches about it. It's going to be it's going to feel like a Champions League final. This is the FA Cup Champions League final combined. It's a massive game. But yeah, and also, what was I going to say? There was one more thing I wanted to say. I can't remember now. But yeah, you can follow me on YouTube, Michael Talks Football channel, and on Twitter, Talks_Michael. Thanks for having me on, Doug, and always big shout out to Dom as well, the City fan. And hopefully we win, so then I can clip him and then put it on Twitter.
Also, big thank you, Dominic. I know you were a busy man, so for you to take the time out to come on, I really do appreciate it. Tell the people where they can find you.
Dominic Rich FC YouTube. I'm not really that present on social media like before, and I like to say thanks to Jack Mack for coming through and supporting us in the chat. Very respectable dude. You know what I mean? Very level-headed, and I wish more people were like him. You know what I'm saying? Not, biased and one-sided, but objective, and you know what I'm saying? Very, 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 very good dude, man. So big up to Jack. All the best. Hope you enjoy the game and everything, and hope we have a chat sooner rather than later. You know what I mean? Mike, Doug, you guys were great. You know what I mean? You guys are, I could call you guys my friends because I don't really have a lot of friends. I'm just going to put it.
Me either.
I don't have a lot of friends. So for me to spend 1 hour, 14 minutes chatting with you guys, it's not something that I do on a day-to-day basis. So, it was nice talking to you guys. I really wish we could do things like this more often. But, we all have our lives and our wives and things to deal with. And it's not easy when, you factor the wives in. You know what I'm saying? So, look, man, it's been a great chat. Let's do something again next week. You know what I mean? Whether it's Monday or Tuesday, let's do something maybe on my channel. We'll do something so that we could talk about this game. And talk about
I'm always up for anything, Dominic.
We'll do something. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do something. We have to do something to talk about this game. Because I'll be talking about the match, but it's going to be late on Sunday. You guys will be sleeping. So on Monday, I'm going to be off from work on Monday. So, the crazy thing is I have a change of bid. Like when you're at work, you bid. I'm going to be off Thursday, Friday. We'll go back to work Saturday, Sunday, then Monday and Tuesday I'm off again. So I have some time next week for us to chop it up though. Big up to Demo Dre in the house.
I've just seen Demo. Thank you for tuning in, Demo. Appreciate it, and hope you are good as well, guys. It has been fun. It has been very, very fun. As in the words of Dominic, we have to land the plane. We have to let the passengers off. But I will be back at 7 o'clock this evening with the Friday LFC Focus, so that'll be very, very good. Sunday, there will be a live call-in show after the game as well, so people can come on and have their say as well. But thank you, Mike. Thank you, Dominic. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Do what you can to support the channel. So I've had some very, very good support today, which has been fantastic. But until then, we shall see what happens on Sunday. A very, very interesting game. And I'm pretty sure it'll be a cracker. From myself, Dominic, and Mike, it is goodbye, and we'll see you later. Cheers. Bye-bye.